go. 3, 2, 1. Tetris. Alright, so yeah, Poopy coming off a sweep of Ian Keith in what was a very solid match. Looking to try and do the same here against Scuti. She is now third place in the division. Could overtake Scuti here with the win. Although would, I believe, need to, at the very least, get a 3-1 to get second place. Meanwhile, Scuti here, 4-0 in the division. Has beaten everyone. Looking to take first in the division with a win of any kind. We saw Scuti take the Space City DAS win against Andy. Bringing Andy, I believe, is like only his ninth loss in the last like year of since the DAS Renaissance has begun. I did like a check of the match database. Only lost 9 times. I don't think you'll technically be last seed. I don't know if you'll be last seed, cause most likely it's gonna be points per match instead of like points in general because Geo dropped from y'all group. So like it wouldn't really be fair to do that because y'all didn't have as much of an opportunity to gain points. I'll need to look at it. 164 here for both players actually, basically matching each other line for line. Very solid starts here in the 18 speeds. And even if you're actually even if you are last seed, you might still get like a favorable matchup. It's all very interesting how players have kind of like sorted themselves. Like Weisbrot's in there instead of like Knight. You know, Shuichi's there instead of like Shuichi's like first place in 1C. No Geo in your group, so it's all very interesting. Yeah, you are, well, like overall in your div, I think you are last. Yeah, you are last. Fire. Only having you went 0-5, but you know what? That's fine. That's fine. You had tough opponents. You know, I can't really blame you for that. 300 here at 60 lines for both players. Very strong 18 starts. Both could definitely look for a 600 transition going into 19. Yeah, it's tough once you reach the top of the hill. People ain't messing around anymore. You know, no more Maris, no more like no more like Penguin Panics and Remy's. None of that stuff. You got like Blue Scuti here. You got like Pixel Andes and these kind of players. Like these players that can get like max outs and stuff like on the regular. Alright, we're gonna get the T-spin there. It's gonna fix her board up very nicely. 397 for her. 378 here for Scuti at the same line count, so we'll be ahead by about 1 Tetris. So despite both players pacing, Poopy pacing just that little bit more. Yeah, you kind of like floated your way to Division 1. I don't know what you would call that. Lifesavering, buoying or something like that. Because you floated upwards, you didn't sandbag downwards. Alright, Scuti gonna get that bar there. A little bit of a lost DAS on that square. 449 for him. 469 here for Poopy. Very nice score. Right. Nice spin of that S there to maintain DAS for Scuti. That's also saw Scuti play in the semifinals, I believe, in KC Das. Went out to Maestro and a Decider. Was being coined as the final boss, and that remains true here as well, as, like I said before, perfect in the division. 527 here for him, 520 here for Poopy, now 543. Airbagged? Maybe airbagged. I'm not exactly sure you would say that, but that I could go with that. I don't know. I like Boeing just because it's a fun word to say. Kind of a fun word to say to me here, and yeah, we'll be definitely gonna get a 600 transition here. Scuti gonna transition here at 600, and we'll be looking for one more Tetris before going into transition. Waiting out the bar. And it's likely going to have to burn into transition here. Yeah, it's going to have to burn into transition here. 614 up super high. Really would level bar right about now. Gets the bar. That was looking very dangerous there. Super aggressive play here from Poopy. Oh my god, misdrop of that L, but saves it with that T-spin. Very quick thinking there from Poopy. Ended up completely solving the board. 679 here for her, 689 here for Scuti. Scuti up by about 10,000 points. Yeah, both players just pushing each other to stay efficient, daring each other to go more aggressive and blink, maybe even make a mistake. 717 here for Scuti's up pretty high. Really like to get a bar soon. It's not going to get that T to the left, and it's going to top out at 720. So yeah, Poopy's chase down is 721, and actually with that burn is going to take game number 1. Very nice play. And yeah, it looks like Poopy was in her own death sequence, but was able to hold out just long enough to take the game. Your quick taps are not good. Well, I mean, I don't know. You've got some good mechanics. I saw you like doing like a Jonas Cup call, I believe. Yeah, we're gonna increment, so it should just be 31. I saw you doing like a Jonas Cup call earlier, so I'm not sure how that went, but I saw you max out at least once. So I mean, you have some good mechanics. Yeah, she's topped out pretty soon as well. Is she delayed once again? I'm gonna give her a refresh. I'm gonna give her a refresh at the beginning of the game. Just in case. But both players here ready for game number 2. Let's get them going here in 3, 2, 1, Tetris. Yeah, I think Poopy's slightly delayed. Yeah, I'm gonna refresh her. 'Cause yeah, slight delay there. It's looking a little. Yeah, there we go. That's a lot better. So yeah, Poopy was able to take that game number 1 by just barely edging out Scuti by about a couple thousand points. The dangerous plays in the 19 still working out for these risky plays. The play style that when it works, it's very hard to beat, for sure. There's not really much you can do about it, except I guess try and out aggro them and just hope for the best. Alright, 114 here for Poopy. 138 here for Scuti. This is Z-Spire. Is going to unfortunately break the perfect streak here from Poopy. He's gonna have to burn a few lines to make the stack clean. Yeah, you know, you know, like, Das at the top level, when you watch it, it's like, it's a very interesting thing, right? Both players dancing on the knife's edge, so to speak, really just threading the needle with aggression and safety, and it's a lot of strategies and a lot of thinking and planning to do with every piece. 210 here for Poopy, 233 for Scuti. It's a really interesting dynamic for sure, in a way that I'm sure is the same for like rollers on 29, like good rollers on 29. Like when you watch like masters, you know, like top 8, top 4, that sort of thing, and they're, you know, they're battling it out on 29. It's kind of that I kind of feel the same way, since the overall like range of motion for rolling on 29 is about the same as like DAS 19. Alright, nifty spin there for Scuti. It's gonna clean up the stack. 304 for him. 280 here for Poopy. With a bit of a delayed burn setup, but it's gonna get the bar to clean up the stack. J-Vits for Scuti. And once again, very strong starts to the game for both players. Both players looking again once more for that 600 transition going into 19. Yeah, you know, like when you're watching these sort of games, and it makes you think like, hey, you know, like maybe I can pull this off. And I think that's a cool thing about DAS, right? Is I think anybody can learn to DAS, right? Like DAS good, maybe not DAS like to world champion level, but I think everybody can DAS good enough to be able to do some of these things. Alright, 399 here for Scuti, up by about 2 Tetrises on Poopy, who herself has 359. Starting to slow down a little bit as a little bit of a drought forming. Alright, gonna get the bar, luckily. And now Scuti's stack looking a lot cleaner. Alright, actually, interesting burn setup there, I'll say. It's gonna resolve itself very nicely. 450 for him, 433 here for Poopy. Like that sort of thing is why I like running these like DAS events, and why also I'm running the lower tier DAS for Mega Dasters. It's cool watching people come up in the world of DAS. Alright, Scuti going to transition to a column 4 setup. Quick bar would be a perfect transfer, actually. It's now set up for 2. And gets both bars, very nice for him. 547 for Scuti, 503 here for Poopy. Yeah, very healthy games here so far. We did see a little bit of complications in the 19 speeds for both players, so we're gonna see how they handle both games here. Although, let's drop of that J there for Scuti. Alright, gets a triple. Should be able to take that down, although this board's looking kind of dangerous. It's not really a board you would want to take in a 19. Only a couple lines left. 559 for him, 576 here for Poopy, who has a very clean board. It's going to transition in at 601. Scuti going to transition at 565. Board's looking a lot nicer now. He's gonna get out of it. Could actually set up for a center roll, and that's exactly what he's going to do. And he's going to get the bar. Very nice clean out there for Scuti. Down by about 1 Tetris and ahead by about 4 lines. Alright, kind of a very dangerous stack here for Poopy. Alright, decides to not put that square all the way to the left. Good play. Gets a bar for the center, and now this is looking a lot better. 624 for her, 601 here for Scuti. Once again, kind of a complicated board. Should technically still be survivable. And yeah, it's getting out of it. Gets that C all the way to the left, very nice. And gets the L for the double. Now this board's looking a lot lower. And he should survive this. 618 here for Scuti, 684 here for Poopy. Oh my god, several misdrops in the center of the board here for Scuti. Oh my god. What is this? What is happening here? Actually, dangerous stack here for both players. Although Scuti's board looking a lot more Swiss cheesy than Poopy. Alright, Poopy's clean once again. Waiting out this bar. And the bar's not coming, and she's going to top out at 697. So, Scuti, the chase down for you is 698. 698 is your chase down. It's only about 60k points. Probably even like line this out, to be honest. But let's see what strategy he decides to take. Alright, finally gets out of this like kind of forever dig that he's been in since around level 22. Hasn't been the nicest 19 here for Scuti. Chase down once again is 698. 698 is your chase down. So down now by about 30k. May need a couple of doubles and maybe a triple here and there. Actually got to set up for the Tetris. Gets the Tetris, and with that Tetris, Scuti's going to be good here for game number 2. GG. Probably going to just take it all the way to kill screen. Maybe even get a level 30. Let's see what he decides to do. Yeah, setting up for the 29. That's what we like to see. Alright, board's looking very nice for the 29. Alright. Goes in at 784. Oh, doesn't get the L the one to the left. And yeah, he's going to be done. But 787. Solid score. Takes the game. Next will be 4-2. 4-2 will be the next seed. GG. I'm going to give Poopy another refresh. Just in case. Like, Twitch is just kind of trolling me. Okay, yeah, there we go. Poopy is ready for game number 3. So let's get them going here. Tied 1-1. 3, 2, 1. Tetris. It's been a story of very strong 18s and kind of haphazard 19, but both players really just taking advantage of each other whenever one makes a mistake. Sometimes you can't always have the 1.1 games. Sometimes you have these gritty games, and I tend to like these. I tend to like these games. Not because I like players playing bad, but it's more of a testament of like the true mastery of the playstyle. What can both players do when the game isn't going their way? Or when the pieces decide to not be too friendly to them. It's all a very interesting puzzle. 97k here for both players. So yeah, pretty good in the early beginnings. Oh man. Done. 121 here for both players. Scuti up a little high, would like a bar very soon. Gets the bar. Luckily, that was looking very dangerous there. Alright, he's gonna lower down the stack with that next one, and now this board's looking just fine. Could even set up a left well here, and that's exactly what he's gonna do. He gets the left well. Transfers right back to that right side. 193 here for Scuti. 147 for Poopy. Down only by about one Tetris when all said and done. Yo, Anpu, you're qualing for Dasters, right? Come on, man. You gotta qual for this one. You gotta qual for this one. I ain't seen you qual for one yet. And it's been alive for like a year at this point. Alright, kind of a big sequence here for Poopy, but gets the T-spin, and is gonna get the LP, so it's gonna get out of it right there. 224 for her. 287 here for Scuti at the same line count, so up now 3 Tetrises. Little by little, he's building his lead up. You really want to? So does that like imply like you can't? Or are you just kind of like thinking on it? Ah, okay. Yeah, Tetris and classes are tough. I get that. It's a tough thing to balance. Like, that's kind of why, in a similar way, not really classes, but like work. It's kind of why, like, I'm not exactly sure if I can run the lower tier DAS events, in CTM when someone asks for me. Cause someone asked me like, hey, are you gonna run this like for other months? And I'm like, I don't know if I can handle that. Cause you know I'll be working more, and I'm just not too sure. I would really like to though, cause it's fun to see more people trying this out. 343 here for Poopy, 450 for Scuti. Scuti up now up by about 90k. Running into a little bit of a slowdown. That little piece going to clear out the garbage in the center of the board. He's going to be able to get a Tetris there. Very healthy score into 100 lines, 476. And Poopy doing decent as well at 434. Once again, even threatening a 600 transition. Also need to make sure you're not neglecting Elo. Oh my god. Yeah. Isn't there like a regional like reporting sheet? Or something like that? Or do you have to like do it manually now? Alright, kind of a weird board here for Poopy. Kind of alternating burn shelves. Shouldn't be too bad, although I'd like to get out of this fairly soon as she's going to approach transition in only about 15 lines. 464 for her, 573 here for Scuti. Scuti really taking advantage of this burn sequence here for Poopy. Up now by about 130,000. Oh, you report almost everything? Okay. Yeah, I could have sworn like at least back in the day there was like a reporting sheet for regionals. Alright, Poopy gonna transition here. 517, 643 transition here for Scuti. Very high transition here. Game treated him well, very nicely. And it's now up by about 120,000 points. We're looking to have a cleaner 19 this time around. Okay. Except for exactly one regional by Macer. Oh my, was that like Benelux? Because like that's like the only one I know that Macer runs. Okay, so Aspire in the center of the board. Well is covered, and Poopy is not going to get out of this, and is going to top out at 576. And Scuti at 752 is good for game number 3 with a very commanding lead. Go ahead and roll this out if you want. This is really something. Cause yeah, this is really something. Poopy started that. Ah, okay. Yeah, I know Poopy started it, but I was like, I don't like I thought like people still reported to it, you know. So I wasn't 100% sure. Okay, kind of a precarious stack here. Finally gets the bar. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. Okay, he's gonna get out of that. Oh my god. Yeah, that locks in the 1A placements with that win. Scuti will, at the very least, be second place, but could be first place with the win here. Alright, pieces are kind of trolling Scuti. Oh my god. Can technically still PB from this. I believe has like a couple of burns left for PB. He's gonna get the max out on level 26. Jesus. Pieces really didn't want him to live there, but he survives anyway. Alright, has a couple of burns left here for a 1.2. Yeah, this game would have been a hard one to take, it seems. This would have been a very hard game to... Oh my god, it gets the S all the way to the left. Jesus. This would have been a very hard game to take. Okay, probably won't get a 1.2 here. Maybe can still get a 1.1. Okay, bar's not showing up. Yeah. That was kind of cooked at the end. Still 881, 26 max. Very nicely played there from Scuti. Alright, yeah. 5-3. 5-3 will be the next seed. Yeah, very, very nicely played there. I can tell you were going for PB there. I think 1.3 was technically on the table there for like a little bit. Like you had like a couple of burns and then it just kind of started to slowly fade away. Alright, both players ready for game number 4. Let's get them going here. Scuti up 2-1 in 4, 3, 2, 1, go. 4 burns from 25. Yeah. It was like 4 burns from 25. Like, it could have worked. There was a world where that could have worked, but it wasn't this world. In this world, Scuti is up 2-1 and has locked in Poopy's seed in the division. It's locked in 3rd place in the division. Scuti looking to take this game here, or even the next game, to take 1st place in the division. Only needs a win of any kind. Nice fits there from Scuti. Excuse me. Easier for Poopy to just add everything yourselves. Oh, okay. No, that makes sense. I just kind of thought there was like a regional reporting sheet. That like, or maybe there still is like a separate one for each event, so that, you know, it's not cluttered with all the other stuff. Not exactly sure how that all goes. I kind of just do the data entry for matches, on the Das Elo side. 120 here for Poopy, 137 here for Scuti. Currently only 1 burn, 2 burns. Very strong start to the game so far. Like I'll probably bring my laptop to like Jonas Cup. so I can like report the matches like literally the next day after. Assuming I know every single player, or they have some sort of username. Because inevitably there's always at least like a few new names. There was a guy at KC who had like the name Jackson, and I thought this guy was an Elo, but he's not, because this guy is a this guy got like a 900k in the quills, and I've never seen this guy before. His name is like Jackson Humphreys or something, and I'm like, who is this? 257 here for Poopy, 256 here for Scuti. Tie game here for both players, basically at the same line out. It's always like a mystery game trying to figure out who these players are when they go to events, because they usually use like different names. Alright, Scuti wasn't able to use that, so you're gonna have to just burn here. Although could technically set up a column 8. And yeah, it's actually going to set up the column 8 there. Meanwhile, Poopy here, kind of a spire in the middle of the board, pretty high spire. Doesn't get that square all the way to the left or the right, but maybe that was intentional. Because now the board's looking a lot better. 334 here for Poopy. 335 here for, actually no, 383 for Scuti. Up now by about 2 Tetrises. This is a 5 high bits for Poopy. Yeah, this is gets the perfect S to burn it out. And it's gonna get the Tetris there. I did 600 people max. Really? It's 600 now? Man, I remember when I maxed, I think I was like the 365th or something like that. I was somewhere in like the mid 300s. But then again, that was like 3 years ago. So I guess like a lot of players have like played since then, you know, right? So I guess that kind of makes sense. But like still 300 extra players have maxed out. I probably even couldn't tell you most of their names. That's the worst part. Okay, misshift of that J piece for Scuti. Shouldn't be too bad for him. 456 for Scuti, 443 for Poopy. And yeah, that was good. Scuti going to clean out his board there. And now can start scoring once again. They were like 540? What the heck? Okay, Scuti, kind of a dangerous board once again, but is able to clean it out just in time. 531 for Scuti, 492 here for Poopy, who's been playing fairly clean, all things considered on 18. Not really much to say on her side, just clean, consistent, solid play. Although both players approaching transition here fairly soon. 370 for you? Okay. Oh, so you were like, you maxed out around when I did, I think. Somewhere around there. You maxed somewhere around when I did. Alright, Poopy gonna transition here. 541. Up a little high, but it's gonna get the bar. Several kind of misdrops there high up on the board for Scuti, but he's able to get 2 bars to lower down the stack. It's going to transition here. 611. Alright, sets up the dirty Tetris and he's gonna get it. Oh my god. Risky plays, but he's gonna be able to just get that there. Okay, missed quick tap there for Poopy, but this board should be recoverable. And yeah, is recovering it little by little. Oh my god, I think Scuti tried to tuck that piece, and yeah, he's gonna be done at 687, I believe. So the chase down for Poopy, it's going to be 690. Your cat climbed on the table behind you. Oh my god. Okay, missed drop of the T-piece for Poopy. This is looking like a very difficult burn sequence. So, I see. I wasn't able to catch the chase down score there, but I do know if you get 700, then you will win the game, like for sure, Poopy. So probably just go for 700 to be safe, because that was a kind of fast reset. I'll like double check the vid if you like top out at any point, just to double check, but just to be safe, I would say just get 700. Let me double check while you're doing that. Oh, hello there. I divide by 0. Hope you're having a good night over there. Hang on. Let me do this. Alright, 692 here for Poopy. Say only a couple more thousand. Probably has already taken the game, but with that Tetris has 100% taken it. Now there's no possible way that she did not chase that game down. So yeah, she's gonna be good for game number 4. Oh my god, cats. I love cats, but certain times it's like they love trolling us. They love trolling us. I've always wanted a cat. I've you know, like the few times I was in kind of like the vicinity of cats was when I was with when I went to go like visit Xeno and Sky. Like that was a cool time. They had a cat there. Maybe that Jackson could be Michael Jackson from Gauntlet. I don't know, because he put his name on the list as Jackson Humphreys. Like, I did look at that. To make sure, because I did see a Michael Jackson in the in like the database. So I was like maybe, but I'm not too sure. Not too sure. Is that a TNT flag in the background for Scuti? Kind of looks like it. Both players are ready for game number 5 in this decider. Let's see who takes the final game. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Tetris. So yeah, that was kind of trolled. Scuti kind of got trolled there out of that game number 4, unfortunately. Sometimes life just gets in the way, but did allow Poopy to take game number 4. Hopefully no more of that for this game. And we should see a closer fight. Alright, Poopy already in kind of a complicated board to start us off. I would really like a bar soon. Okay, gets the bar. Okay, should be fine. Yeah, should be fine now. That was looking a little dicey there already to start us off, which is not how you want to start off a decider. But yeah, it's getting out of it now. And yeah, now it's completely clean. Looks like kind of a lack of bars to start us off, as Scuti wasn't able to take too much of an advantage there. 77k for him versus the 24k here for Poopy. Still waiting for our first Tetris of the game. Alright, finally gets it. Alright, delayed burn sequence there for Poopy. It's gonna be able to get out of it, and it's gonna get the bar on the Tetris. 75k here for 128 here for Scuti. Okay, I'm not sure what that level is. Alright, kind of a, once again, little high here for Poopy. This has been her style the entire match, and the last match as well, and so far it's been paying off for her. Alright, gets the piece to get out of it. And gets the Tetris. 130 for her, 200 here for Scuti, now up 3 Tetrises. Oh, I'm 3 months away from y'all? Like, am I 3 months earlier than y'all, or 3 months, later? Kind of forget the timeline, for the max out list. I just know I maxed out in, like, early 2022. Alright, Poopy, not gonna take that J all the way to the left. Going to instead put it on the right side of the board. $201 here for Poopy, $292 here for Scuti, now up 4 Tetrises. Little by little taking advantage of Poopy's burns. Probably looking for a mid 500 going into transition. Meanwhile, Poopy probably just looking for a mid to high 400. Oh my god. Jesus. Both players approaching that 100 lines fairly soon. 296 here for Poopy. Has been really turning this game around from that rough beginning. 318 for her, 386 for Scuti. Although, maybe misdrop of that S there. It's going to complicate things a little bit. It's the bar for the bar dependency. That's going to completely fix her board up. So yeah, after this match, we can begin the seeding for the playoffs, which Hazel will most likely put out either tonight or tomorrow, and then I can start scheduling and maybe casting those matches as well. 395 here for Poopy, 483, now 506 for Scuti, now up 100,000 points, and also behind by about 7 lines. So yeah, very, very good start here for Scuti. Has had good 18 basically the entire set. So is Poopy, although a little bit lower of a transition here for Poopy at 465. Definitely quite a bit lower than what we're used to seeing. But as shown, can really play some efficient 19. And Scuti's going to transition here, 578. So up by about 120,000. Hopefully no cats this time around to troll him out of this. Yeah, it looks like he's playing solid here. 629 for Scuti, 498 here for Poopy. And gets the Z spin, very nice. That could have been dangerous otherwise. Okay, like the plays there. Scuti up a little high. Gets the bar in the Tetris though. It's gonna lower down the stack. Alright, bar dependency in column 2. Alright, should be able to get this down with an L piece or a bar. Gets the bar. 670 here for Scuti, 608 here for Poopy, who has misdropped a J piece to that left. Didn't get it all the way to the left. not going to be fatal, but will definitely require a few burns to get out of. Should allow Scuti to continue to build his lead that he has, as he's now up about 90,000 points and behind by about 6 lines. Alright, yeah, Poopy's gonna get out of it there. 624 for her, 733 here for Scuti. Up now 110,000, now 140,000 points. Pace lead squarely in his favor. Poopy really gonna have to turn on the jets and hope for some misfortune to happen for Scuti once more, as he is still Tetrising, playing very efficiently. Now up 200,000 points at this point. 856 for Scuti, 640 for Poopy. And yeah, Poopy doing what she needs to do, playing super aggressive. She's doing it, knows exactly what she has to do. She knows that she has to really turn on the jets here. 738 for her, 890 here for Scuti. Scuti showing no signs of stopping at this point. And I believe with one more Tetris here, we'll have to start to count on Kiltresses for Poopy. Yeah. Now Poopy going to have to start relying on Kiltresses to chase this down. 842 here for Poopy. 962 here for Scuti. One away from the max out. And gets the max out in level 27. Very nice. Alright, triple for Poopy. 853. And doubles into kill screen at 857. Very solid game there from Poopy, but Scuti at a... Wait, hang on. Wait, oh, he covers. Okay, gets 836, but takes game number 5 and spectacular faction. Good job from both players. Yeah, your FMS is satisfied. yeah, this is gonna do your stats. This is good stats. This should definitely bump you up, another 50k or something. All right, let me put that into the matches just to officially crown Scuti for the division. And yeah, with that, Scuti has now taken first place in the division. Went perfect 5-0. Actually, perfect ladder in the division. Scuti 5-0, Wallbant 4-1, Poopy 3-2, Ian Keith 2-3, Coolio 1-4, and Firedox at 0-5, with the Ghost of Giovanni at the bottom. So yeah, basically, the perfect ladder. That's what we like to see. Will add me to his DAS rankings bubble. Are you not on the bubble? Really? I mean, I feel like you play decent enough to be on the bubble. Like, I'm not in that server anymore, so I don't see the rankings, but like, surely you're like on the bubble or something, right? Like, I don't know. True. Yeah, let Geo possess you and then get those consistent max outs. Once in a while, man, see this guy is funny with his DAS rankings. I think his open rankings are usually like pretty good. DAS rankings are, well, it's not really so much that not really so much that his DAS rankings are bad. It's hard to rank DAS, right? Because there's not as many events. It's not as many events. Let me see who's live. Is anyone live right now? Let me see. Is this TGM? Oh shit, someone's playing TGM. Alright. We're gonna rate this TGM person. What the heck? That's crazy. What? Yeah, there's too many like good players, you got like Macy and username Gold, although he's not really up and coming. He's always been good. Earth Means Egg just got like 1.3. Like, the skill gap in the top like 20 is not, it's not high enough, which is also why I don't think Das Masters needs a flat bracket, by the way. um I need to get this propaganda out. I need to get this propaganda out every time I can. I still don't think Das Masters needs a flat bracket because like the skill gap is not that high between like seeds 1 and 32. Like I think I wasn't Bendy like top like seed 31 or something this month. Like really, you think he needs a round 0 match? Like come on now. Yeah, we're gonna raid Slow Brosive. I have no idea who this is, but they're playing TGM, so yeah, that's gotta be pretty cool. And they are playing I think this is 20G. Yeah, this looks like 20G. This looks like 20G. Oh, you maxed a day before Eevesy. Oh my god. That's cool. That's really cool. But yeah, y'all have a good morning, and I will see y'all later. I'm actually gonna be playing PAL tomorrow, so I'll be live then. Good boy.